Good afternoon, and welcome to our commencement celebration. If you are able, please rise for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, and congratulations, graduates. Welcome to your family, friends, and loved ones who are joining us for this auspicious occasion. I am pleased to welcome and introduce the members of the Platform Party. Will members of the Board of Trustees please stand? Thank you. Will members of the university's leadership team please stand? Will our commencement speaker, the Honorable Tamika Montgomery Reeves, please stand? Will our valedictorian and student speaker, Kristen Cunningham, please stand? Will Professor Alan Garfield, our Grand Marshal, please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Finally, the last group I'd like to introduce is our faculty. Will our faculty members please stand? These dedicated faculty members have guided you, cheered you on, supported you, and yes, challenged you. They have helped some of you get your first jobs and helped others refine their career paths and plans. They have brought cutting-edge knowledge and scholarship to your classrooms. Our faculty, all of us, are deeply dedicated to your success now and into the future. So will you please join me in a big round of applause one more time for our faculty. Now let me be clear about this. Nothing, not even Mother Nature, can keep us from celebrating our incredible graduates today. But given that Mother Nature has decided to show off a bit on your big day, we have decided to start the ceremony with the main event, and we are going to make sure that every graduate gets their moment to cross the stage and receive their degree. If Mother Nature cooperates just for a little longer, once you receive your degrees, we will then hear from our speakers. Will the candidates for all degrees please rise? President Robertson, the students standing before you have successfully completed the courses of study prescribed for their degrees. On recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased, therefore, to present them to you. Graduates, please come forward.
Now presenting Widener University's graduates from the Delaware Law School.
Ryan Bass, Master of Jurisprudence, Corporate and Business Law.
Emily Ann Marie Celeste Lenskov, Master of Jurisprudence, Corporate and Business Law. Also receiving a Master of Business Administration.
Daniel Merrick, Master of Jurisprudence, Corporate and Business Law.
Catherine Taylor Browse, Master of Jurisprudence, Corporate and Business Law, also receiving a Master of Business Administration.
Shanine Marie Wilson, Master of Jurisprudence, Corporate and Business Law. Ines Keduja Jordan, Master of Laws, American Legal Studies.
Matthew Parent, Master of Laws, American Legal Studies. Olivia Livier Nizarol Legay, Master of Laws, American Legal Studies. Juliette Marie Veronique Annika Mouchelan, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law. Clément Michel Marcel Minody, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law.
Marie Brigitte Claude Flamand, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law. Arthur Navarro, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance.
Marie Goslin, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance. Alexia Ann Trom Malikin, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law. Augustin Joseph Eric Christian Don, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law.
Feride Telingun, Master of Laws, American Legal Studies.
Gloria Rosito Judge, Master of Laws, American Legal Studies.
Margot Buffel, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance.
Christophe Charles Philippe Leinard, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance. Andrea Castanetti, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance.
Paolo Pagliaroli, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law. Giuseppe Negro, Master of Laws, Human Rights and Dignity Law. Maimuna Rain Savannah Koulibaly, Master of Laws, Corporate Law and Finance.
Ayman Abdullah Al-Otaibi, Doctor of Juridical Science, Corporate and Business Law.
Nofal Ahmad Ibrahim, Doctor of Juridical Science, Corporate and Business Law. Guilherme Bernson, Doctor of Juridical Science, Corporate and Business Law.
Felipe Schmidt, Doctor of Juridical Science, Corporate and Business Law.
Alicia Renee Dowdy, Juris Doctor.
David C. Beach, Juris Doctor, Magna Cum Laude. Kaylin E. Bernazzoli, Juris Doctor, Magna Cum Laude. Kristen Nicole Cunningham, Juris Doctor, Summa Cum Laude.
Ethan P. Showalter, Juris Doctor.
Erica Danielle Volpe, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude. Victoria Jordan Pollock, Juris Doctor.
Amanda Page Donato, Juris Doctor.
Autumn Kate Muller, Juris Doctor, Summa Cum Laude. Kirsten Vale Dirks, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude. Alexandria Rose Alberti, Juris Doctor. Lauren Marie Crawford, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude.
Taylor Ray Hoops, Juris Doctor. Jacob Ford Ridgway, Juris Doctor.
Jordan D. Berg, Juris Doctor. Melanie Fellerman, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude.
Zena M. Fabiani, Juris Doctor.
Christopher J. Melbourne, Juris Doctor. Santi Antonio Lara, Juris Doctor. Stephen Vincent Tuccio Esquire, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude.
Liam S. Cochran, Juris Doctor. Rebecca E. Summers, Juris Doctor.
Victoria Rose Swiacki, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude. Elise Marie Andricola, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude.
Lauren Alyssa Marshall, Juris Doctor. Justin Thomas Maiorini, Juris Doctor.
Matthew T. Flaherty, Juris Doctor. John C. Garvey, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude. Joseph D. Lungin, Juris Doctor, Cum Laude.
Christopher M. Pendleton, Juris Doctor. Alexander Panetta, Juris Doctor.
Sophia L. Harrell, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Nicole Renee Morgan, Juris Doctor. Caitlin Marie Force, Juris Doctor.
Emily Margaret Buchter, Juris Doctor. Emma J. Giacchetti, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Olivia A. Kakoma, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Bianca Gabrielle Janawi, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Mariah Rose McIntosh, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Rebecca Nicole Hitchener, Juris Doctor.
Mario F. Colasino, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Megan Marie Turman, Juris Doctor.
Gabrielle L. Winter, Esquire, Juris Doctor.
Nicole Marie Pasila, Esquire, Juris Doctor.
Brian Joseph Donovan Jr., Juris Doctor. Romario Holness, Juris Doctor.
Phiman Adolphus Borbor Padmore II, Juris Doctor. Victor Joseph Urbaez Torres, Juris Doctor. Sharika M. Ward, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Jalen M. Robinson, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Delmiri Puelo, Juris Doctor. Aaliyah S. Walker, Juris Doctor.
Bria N. Wilson, Juris Doctor.
Nathan Robert Bunyan, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Shelby G. Stack, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Claire DeMarshall, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Jenna Angela Cicchetti, Juris Doctor.
Maria Kozlovska, Juris Doctor.
Monica Yvonne Borsella, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Michael Andrew Dorfschneider, Juris Doctor. Alexandra Totaro, Juris Doctor. Ona Hoja, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Caitlin A. Thomas, Juris Doctor. Miranda Ruby, Juris Doctor. Jenna E. Anderson, Juris Doctor. Avery Wilfredo Martinez, Juris Doctor. John David Wegman, Juris Doctor. Jordan S. Davis, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Alexandra Diane Dolan, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Mary Margaret McCormick, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude.
Alexandra Emily Smith, Juris Doctor.
Natalie Ziza, Juris Doctor. Katie Rose Devaney, Juris Doctor.
Brooke Colleen Hutton, Juris Doctor.
Nicholas A. Four, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Daniel J. Rice, Juris Doctor. George J. Ulier, Juris Doctor. Seth Eric Goldstein, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Noah Michael Rakowski, Juris Doctor. Edward John Yoakum III, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Jacob H. Westby, Juris Doctor. Grace Victoria Yarcevic, Juris Doctor. Sophia Soraya Zaki, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Anna Marie Wolf, Juris Doctor.
Christian Simoes, Juris Doctor. Donald J. Ganelli, Juris Doctor, cum laude. David Kent Ramirez Jr., Juris Doctor, cum laude. Leah Rose Farrow, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Samuel E. Vandergast, Juris Doctor. Michael Lewis Miranda, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Brady C. O'Neill, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. James C. Diver, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Renata Marielle Kegg, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Michaela L. Brunabend, Juris Doctor.
Alexander Hallam Reed, Juris Doctor.
Elmer N. Nalavenko, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Charles W. Welch IV, Juris Doctor. Dominic N. Spigarelli, Juris Doctor. Austin Anderson, Juris Doctor.
Jordan A. Cernoff, Juris Doctor. Austin J. Torres, Juris Doctor.
Ian Christopher Logan, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Brian Perez, Juris Doctor.
Chels J. Thiruselvam, Juris Doctor.
Sean Douglas, Juris Doctor. Mark R. Sally, Juris Doctor. Nathan C. Greenlee, Juris Doctor.
Matthew Anthony Chiari, Juris Doctor. Brandon Joseph Naylor, Juris Doctor. Daniel Max Mammon, Juris Doctor. Connor John Foley, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Vivian Summer Hadian, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Malia D. Ramachandra, Juris Doctor. Brendan P. Sullivan, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Patrick Daniel Tasic, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude.
Dalton E. Ramsey, Juris Doctor. Jacob Cameron Shane, Juris Doctor.
Harrison Andre Rasico, Juris Doctor. David Iorio Jr., Juris Doctor. Robert Maxwell Lynn, Juris Doctor. Lauren Angelina, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude.
Gavin R. Gray, Juris Doctor.
Shane L. O'Connor, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude. Bianca Stefania Ursu, Juris Doctor. Maria Elizabeth Buren, Juris Doctor. John J. Later IV, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Diane C. Da Silva, Juris Doctor.
Susan Claire Mathy, Juris Doctor.
Lazarus Karafides, Juris Doctor. Michelle Martinez, Juris Doctor. Austin Garrett Soriano, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Bria Grace Greenlee, Juris Doctor.
Taesia Cornelia Martin, Juris Doctor. Camille Collins, Juris Doctor.
Christina N. Cass, Juris Doctor.
Lorena Patricia Pavan, Juris Doctor. Elisa Shulia, Juris Doctor. David S. Erbely, Juris Doctor.
Kelly M. Stoffers Johnson, Juris Doctor.
Abigail Quinn Esquire, Juris Doctor, also receiving a Master of Business Administration, cum laude.
Pooja Mahendru, Juris Doctor.
Dervaline Adriana Calix, Juris Doctor.
Olivia Nicolette Calamia, Esquire, Juris Doctor.
Margaret E. Eisler, Juris Doctor. Tanisha D. Webster, Juris Doctor.
Noor Shadid, Juris Doctor. Ayana C. Crawley, Juris Doctor.
Leslie A. Durivage, Juris Doctor.
Daylin Rodriguez, Juris Doctor. Angelica Nicole Richardson, Esquire, Juris Doctor.
Heather E. Seligman, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Drea Lynn McCluskey, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Dominique Kendas, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Lauren Caulfield DeStefano, Juris Doctor, cum laude.
Michael S. Rodriguez, Juris Doctor.
Elijah Aaron Smarito, Juris Doctor.
Justice R. Gettle, Juris Doctor. Luke Clinton Dees, Juris Doctor.
Brandon S. Straight, Esquire, Juris Doctor.
Brandon T. Shannon, Juris Doctor.
Jackson Lee Parker, Juris Doctor. Zachary Marshall Rimmer, Juris Doctor.
Laura Ellen Jardina, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude. Jennifer Lauren Beck, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude.
Eileen Wang, Juris Doctor. Julie Mary Matthews, Juris Doctor.
Sophia Jimenez, Juris Doctor.
Alexandra S. Bethman, Juris Doctor.
Eric James Annabelle, Juris Doctor. Joseph F. Lafferty, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Joseph Anton Morrow, Juris Doctor.
Mason Joseph Carl, Juris Doctor.
Noah C. Afonso, Juris Doctor. Veronica H. Ravello Arceo, Juris Doctor.
Rebecca Ray Carroll, Juris Doctor. Nicole F. Bray, Juris Doctor.
Myasia Marie Cummings, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Trinae LaShawn Watson, Juris Doctor. Joseph P. Trabucco, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by his parents, Joseph Trabucco Esquire, 1985 graduate, and Linda Trabucco Esquire, 1986 graduate. Edward Powers Kern, Juris Doctor, cum laude, being congratulated by his brother, Andrew Kern Esquire, 2024 graduate. Nicole DeLuca, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by her father, Robert A. DeLuca Esquire, 1987 graduate. Mimi Danielle Nielsen, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude, being congratulated by her sister, Alexandra Nielsen Esquire, 2022 graduate. Alexis Catherine Poor, Juris Doctor, cum laude, being congratulated by her uncle, Stephen Seville Esquire, 1993 graduate. Chelsea Marquette Quinn, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by her uncle, Michael Quinn Esquire, 1999 graduate. Eva Blanche Scheffler, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by her cousin, Shelby Scheffler Esquire, 2020 graduate. Jonathan M. Weinstein, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by his father, Frederick Weinstein Esquire, 1984 graduate. Ryan Johnson, Juris Doctor, being congratulated by his father, Stephen Johnson, Esquire, 1987 graduate, and his brother, Connor Johnson, Esquire, 2022 graduate.
Amanda Lynn Roy, Esquire, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude, being congratulated by her mother, Sharon Corbett, Esquire, 1995 graduate.
Zachary Roseman, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude, being congratulated by his father, Kenneth Roseman, Esquire, 1978 graduate.
Amal Dila Alanazi, Doctor of Juridical Science, Corporate and Business Law.
Graduates, will you please stand? Faculty, will you please stand? Under the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the state of Delaware, and the trustees of Widener University, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and for which you have been recommended by the faculty. This is signified by your diploma and is conferred with all the rights, privileges, and immunities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
You may be seated. I have the honor of introducing the valedictorian of the graduating class who has achieved the highest grade point average and will graduate summa cum laude. This year's valedictorian is Kristen Cunningham. Her 3 years at Delaware Law have been beyond exemplary. Kristen?
Thank you, Dean Clark, for that introduction. Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, Delaware Law School class of 2025. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today, not just as valedictorian, but as a fellow classmate who's been in the trenches with you these past 3 years. Together, we've tackled case books thicker than any book should legally be, endured cold calls that made our hearts race, and survived more finals and outlines than we'd care to count. And somehow, we're here. Not just at the end, but at a new beginning. When I walked into orientation on day one, I was certain I wanted to be a prosecutor. That was my plan. And maybe some of you came in with a clear vision too. But as many of you probably experienced, law school has a funny way of shifting your perspective. By the end of that first semester, I began to see the law and my place in it differently. I found myself drawn to corporate law, and I'm certain many of you discovered new directions along the way too. Because that's what law school really is, a journey of constant recalibration. We didn't just learn torts and contracts, we learned how to adapt, how to question ourselves, and how to keep moving forward, even when the answers weren't clear. We learned that the process of figuring out who we are and what we want to do doesn't just stop after undergrad. It continues, and for many of us, it's just getting started. But no matter where we land, we're forever connected by the experiences, lessons, and community we built right here at Delaware Law. With that being said, there are a few people I need to thank for helping shape the course of my own law school journey. To Professor Bruce Grosgau. Thank you for your mentorship, your kindness, and for inspiring me to pursue corporate law in the first place. Your calm, humble approach to even the most complex legal topics taught me not just about the law, but about how to be the type of lawyer and person I hope to become. To Professor Kathy Zolak-Killian. You saw my potential from the very beginning, and I cannot thank you enough for seeing it and from supporting me from that very day. Your support undoubtedly changed the trajectory of my career and reminded me that success and wellness can coexist and must, especially in this profession. And to Professor Paul Regan. Thank you for your constant enthusiasm and for being such a consistent and encouraging presence during my time on the Delaware Journal of Corporate Law and in the classroom. Your passion for corporate law has only strengthened my own interest and makes me even more excited to start my own career in Delaware. To the Delaware Journal of Corporate Law, thank you for being one of the highlights of my law school experience. Being a member of Journal not only deepened my academic and professional growth, but gave me friendships that I know will last a lifetime. And to my dear friends, Sophie, Autumn, and Mimi, I truly can't imagine having done this without you. Law school gave me more than a degree, it gave me you. Your friendship, humor, and support has carried me through the toughest times and made the best moments even better. To Mary Macmillan, my childhood best friend, thank you for always believing in me, encouraging me to chase big dreams. Your decision to pursue law school inspired me to consider this path in the first place, and I might not have ended up here if not for you. And to my grandfather, who inspired me just as deeply, but sadly never got to see this dream become a reality, thank you for always believing in me. Both of you planted the seed that led me to law school in the first place. Today that dream is real, and I know my grandfather is smiling down on this moment. And finally, to my family, thank you for your unwavering love and support through these 3 challenging, transformative years. You celebrated the wins with me and stood by me during the hardest moments. To my mom, thank you especially for being my personal flashcard machine and my constant source of strength. I hope you're ready for another round because bar prep is coming fast and Delaware does not grade lightly. To the class of 2025, we made it. This journey was not always linear, and neither will the ones be ahead, but the lessons we've learned, the friendships we've formed, and the roots we've planted here will carry with us wherever we go. Our paths may twist and diverge, but we are forever tied together by Delaware law. Congratulations and thank you.
Greetings, esteemed guests, graduates, families, and friends. My name is Alicia Kelly, and I'm the Vice Dean for Academic Affairs and a Distinguished Professor of Law at Widener University Delaware Law School. I have the great honor of introducing this year's commencement speaker, the Honorable Tamika Montgomery Reeves. Judge Montgomery Reeves, it is such a privilege to have you address this year's graduation. Graduates, your distinguished career has been defined by your achievements as a dedicated public servant, a staunch advocate for diversity in the judiciary, and a fierce defender of the rule of law. With each milestone in your career, you have emerged as a trailblazer and a servant of the public good. As the youngest justice and first Black woman appointed to the Delaware Supreme Court, and only the second Black woman to serve on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, your historic rise to the federal bench laid a pathway for future clerks, lawyers, and justices to follow, many of whom sit before you on this momentous day. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Tamika Montgomery Reeves.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. President Robertson, Provost Workman, Dean Clark, other distinguished members of the podium, faculty, staff, family members, friends, and the graduating class. It's truly an honor to serve as your commencement speaker this year. First, I want to take a moment to congratulate you, your parents, spouses, children, siblings, all the people, the loved ones who helped to get you here today. I remember sitting in your seat. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but it's more years than I care to admit as we stand here. And I felt a great sense of accomplishment. But I also felt a sense of anticipation, wondering what would come next and if I was ready. And I thought to myself as I was preparing today, what would the current Tamika tell the new law graduate Tamika if the two were to meet? And that's what I thought I'd talk with you about for a few minutes today. So I'm going to focus my advice to you today on 4 C's. I'm going to suggest to you that you connect, challenge, copy, and create. First, connect. The importance of connection is no doubt something you've heard throughout law school, but connection is a facet of life and the practice of law that I cannot stress enough to you. Now, before law school, you had a bevy of connections, your family, friends, your community. Nurture those relationships. These people will continue to help you through your struggles and to help you celebrate your accomplishments, and hopefully you do the same for them. Throughout law school, you also connected to classmates and professors, and I'm sure a lot of those connections felt fleeting, maybe even insignificant in the moment, but many of them won't be. My own life has proven this point to me. For example, I met my husband in law school, and 20 years later, we're still together with a beautiful family. So just as your classmates struggled with you through cold calls and moot court competitions, you should support each other as you move through the workforce, climb the ladders of your careers, and navigate your own personal lives. Being in the legal profession is a blessing, but it's not all smooth sailing. No matter what you choose to do in your legal profession, there will be wonderful days and there will be really tough days. And it's important to have a network of people that you can have to help you celebrate your wins and to overcome your losses. And it's equally important for you to do that for others. Along with your peers, I would be remiss if I didn't speak about the importance of connecting with mentors. And your amazing professors who've already been your mentors to date can continue to do that for you. After all, they've been where you're trying to go. So don't forget your professors. Your relationships with them should not end today. No one gets anywhere in this life alone. There'll be family members, friends, mentors, even random acquaintances who will help you along the way. And you'll do the same for others. So approach each interaction in your life as if it might be the beginning of a beautiful lifelong relationship or a life-changing mentorship, or as if you are meant to be that very person for someone else. Some of your relationships will be fleeting and others will be lifelong, but every single one has something to teach you. So learn the lessons and nurture the relationships that are healthy and worth it. Second challenge. When I started law school, I had a solid plan. I knew exactly what I was going to do. And I was between three cities. I was either going to do it in Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, or Atlanta, Georgia, close to home. And then I received an offer to clerk in the Delaware Court of Chancery. I had absolutely no family in Delaware, no connections in Delaware or any of the surrounding states. And I was very, very nervous to go that far from home. That clerkship was not in my original plan. But sometimes doors open, and there you get great opportunities that you might not have expected, and they may not even be where you expected them. In those instances, I'd urge you to challenge yourself. In the moment, you likely won't be able to see all of the opportunities that will flow from the challenge. But in my experience, those are the times when life is better than anything you planned. I truly doubt that I would be standing here in front of you today as a federal judge on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals had I not accepted that challenge and stepped outside of my comfort zone and moved to Delaware to clerk on the Court of Chancery. My life and my career have been nothing like I planned. They've been so much better than anything I had in mind. And the same can be true for you. So challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone and to try new opportunities when they're presented. My third piece of advice is to copy, something people probably told you not to do in law school. People often ask me, what should I do if I want to be a judge or a partner or a prosecutor or a defender? And my answer is always the same. Pretend you are who you want to become. Emulate those who are in the position that you hope to occupy. And specifically, emulate the decision-making rubric of those that you admire. And don't just dress for the job, but act and speak, and maybe more importantly, email and post and tweet and whatever else y'all do now, as though you are already interviewing for the position you want. And what you say and do will be examined. If you want to be a judge, at every crossroads, ask yourself, what would a judge do in this situation? And assume that the people in power to help you get to where you want to be are watching, and govern yourself as accordingly. And my last piece of advice is to create. Have the courage and the conviction to create a better community. It is not a privilege, nor a right. It is a privilege, not a right, to be an attorney. And attorneys have an immense amount of responsibility. Responsibility to the bar, to their clients, to the community, and to the world. As you all know, attorneys help to create the great experiment of democracy. Brave attorneys fought to make sure that it applied to everyone. And attorneys remained the protectors of the foundation of America. Justice, after all, is the guardian of liberty. Shortly after you pass the bar exams, you will all take oaths. Oaths to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the constitutions of the states in which you are barred. As attorneys, what you are doing is of the utmost importance. Whether you are arguing about constitutional rights in front of the United States Supreme Court or about parental rights in front of the family court, take your role as a counselor seriously. In the practice of law, you will very often meet people during times of turmoil, times of struggle for them. And it's a privilege to be trusted with the most consequential matters in their lives. I also urge you to take your power and responsibilities, to use your power and your responsibilities to solve problems that you see in the world. If you're dissatisfied with something, don't wait for someone else. Be the hero in your own story. And create a better world wherever you are, whether it's your local public defender's office or the United States Attorney's Office. at a defense firm or a plaintiff's firm, in-house or at a university, as an elected official or an appointed judge. I have the utmost belief that you can create a better world for all of us, and I urge you to use your time and your talents to do that. So to recap, and to try to hurry and get us out of here before there's lightning. When you leave here and you enter the legal profession, remember to connect by nurturing the relationships you have today and that you will build tomorrow. Challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Copy the behaviors of those that you admire most and create a better world for us all. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I've taken enough of your time, and I just want to offer you one more C, and that is a congratulations to you all.
We made it. Class of 2025, as we reflect on your journey, I am reminded of the profound words, "To whom much is given, much is expected." Each of you has been endowed with the gift of education, the privilege of knowledge, and the power to affect change. With these gifts comes a great responsibility to use your talents and skills for the betterment of society. Your time at Delaware Law School has been marked by rigorous study, intellectual growth, and the forging of lifelong friendships. You have navigated complex legal theories, engaged in spirited debates, and honed your abilities to advocate for justice. Today, you stand ready to take on the mantle of leadership in the legal profession. I urge you to embrace this role with courage and conviction. Use your legal expertise to advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves. Strive to create a more equitable and just society. Remember that your actions, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on others. Parents, family, and friends, you are a part of this journey. The degree that these graduates have earned today is just as much yours as it is theirs. You are the reason that they sit in this privileged position. With that said, you have one additional responsibility on this journey. I need you to help me and my Delaware Law School team consistently remind these graduates that they will pass when, class? I need you to continue to hold them accountable. I need you to leave them alone and allow them to put everything they have into their studies. Finally, I need you to check on them to ensure that they are completing the necessary portion of their bar prep program. When you call, ask them what percentage of your bar prep program have you completed and what percentage should you have completed by this point in the process. Push them to study harder than they have ever studied in their life. And I share this with you, family and friends. As new members of our team, you must know our roar. When someone says, "We will," class, tell them the response. So I say this to our friends and family. We will, friends and family. That's right. Say it often, say it with passion. Speak these words into existence for each and every one of our graduates. Say it each time you call them. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, graduates, carry with you the lessons that you learned at Delaware Law School, the friends you forged, and the unwavering commitment to justice. The world needs your passion, your intellect, and your dedication. To whom much is given, much is expected. Go forth and make a difference. Congratulations to the class of 2025. The future is yours to shape.
All right, y'all. Congratulations, everybody. This is the end of our commencement ceremony. We did it in 1 hour, y'all. All right. 1 hour. So please remain seated until the platform party and graduates have recessed. And again, congratulations, graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are storms in the area, and we ask that you follow your graduate directly to your vehicle for safety. Ladies and gentlemen, there are lightning-producing storms in the area, and we ask that you continue to your cars immediately.